It's Week 16 of the NFL, where we'll see this team's towering tight end. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. This should be a good one to watch. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad you're with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth, but Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offensive defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set. And off we go here on EA Sports. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity, but the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The second down throw is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And now the punting unit will come up. Look it up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
They send the tight end in motion. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Up the middle they go. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Now a 3rd and 2. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 14.
Throwing now from the gun. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. So the decision has been made, and they will send the field goal unit out. This one from 43 yards away. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. So on 4th down, they'll call out the field goal unit. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And his guys are on the board. It's 7-3.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot. Your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's 2nd best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. 2nd down and 8. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely, and results in a completion.
And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find
nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 12.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Slot receiver headed right. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a throw that's going to make them cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down. 12 yards there, and a first down. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
A pickup of 12 yards, and that will be a first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
And he's going to be taken down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Not going for 2, they'll kick the point after. He knocks it through. And the visitors extend their advantage to 14-3.
14, our home team, 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Quick throw taken in, and that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. To the air now on 1st. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Back to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads. They all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Tight end going in motion here. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in this 11-point game. As we send you to Orlando, we'll check in with the Coach, thank you. And the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. He's got a rushing touchdown in the game already as you check out where he ranked in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Taking off. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. He'll get this out to the left flat. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will.
And he's into the end zone yet again. And make it 3 touchdowns. Now, remember, he caught the one earlier. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And, Mike, this is what every offense is searching for out of the running back position. Can you impact the game equally on the ground as you can through the air? And that's exactly what this guy has done so far today.
The extra point is up and through. And the visitors move out to a 21-3 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So now this team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And showing a little versatility as he takes this one forward up to the 34, a pickup of 9. 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. Handoff here, up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Look wide, get this one complete, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. This team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. 15-yard pickup there. That's enough for a 1st down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now this time they'll look to throw.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run for the 1st time with their fullback. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Now a give up the middle, and the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Looking for room out on the edge. Not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
We're about ready now for the punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Here's a designed run. To take this inside the 40 to the 39, but most importantly, they've got it. That's a first down.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the...
Back to the sideline and intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Second half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike. And now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Now, for the point after. He gets it to go, and the visitors stretch it out, leading now by the score of 28-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Right back to the air following that pick 6. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Now this looks like a design run. Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7?
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They'll look to set up the screen here. He's going to have the first down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Throwing now from the gun. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush. and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. He'll turn and hand this one off. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If you want to win in this league and have a successful defense, how you perform on 3rd down is critical. Even more so, your backs are up against the wall. The offense finds themselves down in the red zone looking for 6. Those 3rd down sacks go a long way to keeping touchdowns off the board and making them settle for field goals. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. He's got his man, right side, it's complete.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So it's a win for our visitors. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.